Hey guys, it's your boy Football Talk Reactions, and today we got another video from the man himself, Eric Rayweather. And this one we got the exclusive, the exclusive NFL license. I don't know, wow. I just woke up from a nap, ladies and gentlemen. That is my excuse for that bad reading. That was terrible. Yes, sir. So if you guys do not know, the NFL wants EA to be the only company to make a licensed NFL game. Now, consumers, right, or not even that, fans and comment sections and stuff have been going after EA saying, "Oh, this is why we can't have good games and this and that." And they kind of have blamed it on EA instead of the NFL, you know? But last video, not last video, but the video when he talked about this again, and EA, basically telling the NFL, hey, we would like for it to be opened up. Not only because competition is good, which a lot of people don't think that EA wants competition, which is near here or there, but money wise, it costs them so much to get an exclusive license. Okay. Now you can get a player exclusive likeness, and that's considerable, like the amount of money that you have to spend on that compared to what EA is spending on having the Shield logo and everything like that. It is a crazy amount of money. EA doesn't want to spend that type of money, but the NFL is like, they're either you're gonna spend this type of money, or we're just gonna drop you completely. And guess what? We might not even give you the chance to even get the license for just the likeness of the players. So now you're left without your flagship game. It's obviously soccer is their flagship, but you know what I mean. So it puts EA in a position to where either you go with it or you be like, you know what, fuck it, we're out. And then next thing you know, guess what? Some people are not gonna have jobs anymore. You know what I mean? So it's one of those. But I'm ready to hop into this and see what Eric Rayweather has to say. I know this intro is kind of long, but just want to give you guys a little bit of backstory of what's really going on. Without further ado, though, let's jump right into it.
I've made several videos over the last year talking about the exclusive license between the NFL and EA. Was it going to get renewed? What was taking so long? Could it possibly be opened up? There were a lot of rumors going around. It was taking a lot longer than usual for them to come to an agreement. Typically, they would have already renewed the license a while ago. Well, it's officially official. Earlier this morning, a tweet came across my timeline from Ari, my sports update, saying the NFL and EA Sports have agreed to an extension through the 2030 season for the league's Madden video game license. So we're going to talk about what all this means. We're going to go over an article from Insider Gaming as well. But if you are new to the channel and you never want to miss out on any of the updates around Madden or the college football game, make sure to subscribe and turn the bell icon on so you don't miss any of these important videos when they go live. Trying to get to 700k subscribers soon, so if everybody watching just subbed up, we could hit that number in a few days. So I think most people by now expected the license to get renewed. Obviously, it did take a while, so that left the possibility open for maybe them to not renew the license. However, a few months back, Mike Straw of Insider Gaming did report, and I made a video on it, that the NFL and EA had pretty much already agreed to the partnership. It was just that some of the finer details were being worked out and they hadn't officially signed it yet. But then a few weeks ago, EA sold their company, which kind of came out of nowhere. So with that happening, we thought, well, maybe this could potentially
totally forgot about that. I don't know how I forgot
they had
to
in
say
place
this in
with
the
the
intro.
NFL. We
Yeah,
really
that
didn't know.
was
There's a lot of things going on, and everything was kind of left up in the air as to what was really going to happen. Well, like I said, today it's officially official. The deal is in place once again to go through the year 2030. We are now 20 years deep in the exclusive deal with EA and the NFL. And let's take a look at what Mike Straw of Insider Gaming had to say today on his report. He said, Madden NFL is here to stay. Electronic Arts and the NFL have agreed
had to make sure
to a licensing deal to continue the Madden franchise through at least the 2030 season. This new deal will also keep the league's license exclusive to EA Sports. Insider Gaming was the first to report in July that an agreement was in place between EA and the NFL. At the time, it was expected that an announcement would come by the end of the year. It was known that it was a multi-year deal for more money in the history of the league's gaming license. When the deal was being negotiated, EA had made it known to the league that they were looking to give up exclusivity. The belief was that no other studio would likely try and compete with them right away, leaving them still with the de facto exclusivity, similar to what we have seen with the EA Sports NHL series. The NFL, however, preferred to keep the exclusive agreement intact and was considering negotiating with other studios to make it so. EA ultimately agreed on the NFL's request, and the deal was finalized shortly after that. As far as the timing of the announcement, many parties were ready to reveal it around the start of the 2025 NFL season. However, sources say that the negotiations and eventual agreement to sell EA and take it private led to a holdup on anything being signed and made official. Once that deal was announced, work began again on getting everything finalized. Now we're going to continue on some more things you need to know, but really quickly I want to shout out today's video sponsor, Underdog. If you like sports and you like winning money, then you've got to be on Underdog playing their pick'em game. Basically, all you do is pick higher or agreement that we did talk about months ago is that EA was actually open to a non-exclusive license, which is what a lot of fans wanted. We want the possibility of competition to exist because we just feel that more products are just better for the consumer and it pushes companies to go harder. But the reality of that is, even if it was open, there's no guarantee that anybody would compete. 2K would be the only company that would even probably get.
So that's the thing I wanted to speak on a little bit that I didn't say in the intro. People are like, oh my God, if they open it up, oh, EA is going to go. That's it for EA. You know what I mean? It's over with. If 2K gets back into the space, I mean, when 2K gets that deal, it's over with. No, guys. There's not a guarantee that 2K wants to even take on that. Or any other company, to be honest with you. Yes, 2K is a massive company, but think about this, guys. You kind of had to build from scratch a little bit if you're 2K. You can obviously use some things that were in the older Maddens with the 2K, but a lot of stuff you had to build from scratch, and that takes time, ladies and gentlemen. And how much it costs to develop games now? Oh my goodness, it's crazy. And think about this. You have other projects. You have what was I about to say? You have NBA 2K that comes out every year. You're going to have to split your development, or even, not even that, you will have to make a whole new team for Madden. Not Madden, but what's it called, Madden? Yeah, for the Madden series, you know what I mean? And that takes time as well. You know, you got to get the right people. It's a lot of things in the back end that people online that be in the comments and saying, "Oh my God, if they allow this to happen, it's over with for EA," that they don't think about or even know about. You know what I mean? And that's one of them. It's like it's not even a guarantee that 2K wants to take that on. Financially, it could be good for them, but I mean, be the first year they're coming back. Of course, the hype will be there, but you know what I mean? It's a toss up whether people will receive it. Because not only that, you gotta think about this. A lot of people grew up with only EA. It's a lot of people out there that did not play the 2K. Me personally, I did not play the 2Ks. I knew about them, but I just ain't played them. But it's younger people now. They don't know about the 2K. I mean, but the Madden's made by 2K. What is this? It looks cool, but we don't. I'm buying Madden from EA. Like, what you mean? You know that. So it is what it is, in my opinion.
But it's the same reason we don't see competition with the NBA series. The NBA license is an exclusive, but no one's trying to make an NBA game for real because 2K just has way too much of a lead in that market. Same with the NHL series, as was mentioned in Mike Straw's article. And the same would probably be true for the NFL. I mean, there's always a possibility, so we'd like to see that be open just because there's always a chance. But with EA saying that they feel that they're too much in the driver's seat right now to have to worry about another company, it makes sense why they would want to be non-exclusive, because with with a non-exclusive license, they could have that NFL license for much, much cheaper than they're paying for it now. There's a reason that EA wants to give up exclusivity. They wouldn't want to give it up if they thought that, yes, another company's going to come in and compete right away. No company would want to do that. They would want to just dominate the market like they've been doing. The reason they're okay giving it up is because they know it would be a while before a company would even be able to compete, just because it would take a long time to get a competing game out, and that's if another company would want to make the investment to do it. Again, we don't see it happen with NBA, with NHL, because it would just cost so much time and money just to then have to go compete. And if you're already kind of dominating a space, 2K has got basketball and wrestling, EA has got soccer and football. You don't need to necessarily go dip your toes in other waters for the amount of money that it's going to cost. Now, again, the possibility could always be there. 2K could say, you know what, we're going to do that, but there's just no guarantee that they would. And I think that's why EA was okay with going non-exclusive, because they'd be able to still produce Madden at a fraction of the cost because the license wasn't exclusive. The problem is, and the problem really always has been, is that the NFL are the ones who want to be exclusive. And I'm sure at a time EA definitely wanted that as well, but seeing as there's been no other major NFL game in 20 years, they don't really feel the need for it anymore, because like I said, it would just take a while before a company would be able to compete. It would just take a while to even get a game out. And the NFL knows that as well, which is why they also want to stay exclusive, because by being exclusive, they make a lot more money off of that license. And basically what it came down to was, especially just, judging by this article here, it says that if EA did not want to remain exclusive, at that point, the NFL would have then shopped it to maybe 2K, in which case 2K probably would have been up for it, because if they would have been the only game in town, well, that really changes everything, because yes, you still have to make an investment and put a lot of time into getting that game out, but once it's out, you dominate the market and the revenue would just come flowing in. So probably what would have happened is Madden would have continued to come out for a few years until this new deal went into place, and then a company like 2K could have took over. So once that's on the table, then as EA, you pretty much just have to play ball with the NFL and say, okay, if this is what you want, we'll remain exclusive. And then exactly what happens, the NFL gets the biggest deal in the license history. They're making more money than ever. It's all about money with the NFL. That's really all they care about. So I don't think we're going to ever see the NFL license truly opened up again. I mean, if it hasn't happened by now, it's come close at least a couple times. It seems like it's never happened. We're 20 years into it. They're making more money than ever off the license from EA. And they've basically said, if you don't want to remain exclusive, we'll go with a company that does want to do it. And another company's going to bite if they know they're the only game in town. So this just seems like this is what the NFL wants. I mean, it doesn't seem like it. It clearly is what the NFL wants. So the idea that this license is probably going to ever open back up anytime in the near future, it just doesn't seem likely. It seems like this is how the NFL wants to operate. And they've really operated like this for a very long time with a lot of the brands they work with. They like having the one official brand or partner of the NFL. You hear it in the commercials and stuff like that. They have the official drink of the NFL, the official this of the NFL. It's the same with the video game. They want that one game. And also the NFL is very much hands-on, at least in what's allowed to go into the game and what's not. It's a lot easier for them to control one product than multiple products. I think that's also a part of what goes into it, is that they're able to really have a lot more hands-on with what can happen with the game. So yeah, the new deal is in place, and it just doesn't look like we're going to ever really get that true competition in the NFL gaming space again. And again, really with just sports gaming in general, like obviously you have indie games, you have arcade games that come out. We know 2K is still supposedly working on an arcade NFL game. We haven't seen that come to light yet on console, and that deal has been in place for over 5 years now. So, who knows if that's even still coming. But in terms of simulation, I mean, you're not really seeing much competition in the sports market going forward. You can't have it in the NFL because of the license, and even in the other sports where there isn't an exclusive license, you can see clear as day other companies aren't trying to compete. No one else is trying to make a basketball game. No one else is trying to make a baseball game, a hockey game, because it just takes too much money these days to do that, and a lot of time, and then you still have to go compete and then maybe split the market with another company. Maybe you can overtake them, but that all takes a lot of time. You're not just gonna overtake them overnight. So I think really the days of true simulation competition is as far behind us as it's ever been in terms of indie products and arcade and just kind of new experiences that do come onto the market. We're always going to have that, but true simulation competition, it really seems like it's pretty much gone for good at this point unless something drastic changes. Now, I did mention earlier that EA sold. They actually sold for $55 billion.
Alrighty. Yeah, so basically he talked, I kind of like summed it up in a way, but once again, when these things happen, these deals happen, it's like you kind of know that the deal is going to happen. It's just that this year was a little like, oh, oh, tight. You know what I mean? Like they haven't signed yet, and then obviously the EA buyout was like, ooh, could this be like a change? But we knew we obviously knew that it wasn't gonna be a change because the NFL does not want to split money. Okay, they don't want to have two companies make a game. Not only that, if one company has a blender or something drastic happens to that one company, whether inside or outside to the public, guess what? That's on the NFL because their logo is all over the cover and everything like that. And it's just, they just don't want to deal with that. Obviously, as fans of the things, you would love to see competition, but companies are not willing to risk that like they used to. It's the reward is not as great as it used to be. It's as simple as that. But that's gonna do it for me, guys. Hopefully, you guys enjoy this reaction. Love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next.